Hello and welcome to Stepping Into Her Leadership Shoes podcast with me, Kelly Brammer. I'm a leadership and business coach who decided that helping others to build successful businesses and to lead their dream lives was way more rewarding than getting back onto that corporate hamster wheel. Each week you'll hear from me and other guest experts talking about all things leadership, business and mindset. We'll be sharing insights, tips, advice and strategies that you can easily implement to help you to become a better leader of your life and your business. Hello and thank you for joining me today. My name is Kelly, for those of you that don't know me, and I'm here to talk to you about raising your vibration and getting what you want out of life. Now, raising your vibration is a surefire way to put you on the right path to achieving success in whatever format that might be for you. And I've got something to tell you. It's super simple and it's super easy, and that's why in today's episode I'm going to be sharing with you some key steps that's really helped me to raise my vibration and to create success in my life and in my business, and I think it can help you too. Now, I've never really classified myself as a spiritual person per se, but over the last year or two I've read more and more about it, especially about the law of attraction, and that's really piqued my interest. Now, you may or may not believe in things such as the law of attraction, but please stay with me here because I'm not going to go into the different practices, etc. I'm just sharing with you my story and key things that's really helped me, and I know that they can help you too. So from reading these different practices and methods and techniques, I've come to find that although I don't really classify myself as spiritual, the outcomes of doing such things, even when I didn't really realise I was doing them, has been amazing. Now, as I've said, I'm not going to talk to you about specific practices because I'm not 100% clear on each of them. But what I am going to talk to you about is how I've identified ways to raise my vibration, which has helped me to up-level as an individual, as a business owner, and how this can help you too. So the first one is to remember that saying no to things isn't always a bad thing. There are going to be people, there are going to be things, situations, places, times even, that really drain your energy. And although you might not spot them straight away, if you pay attention, you will soon see it for yourself. So when you can really identify those scenarios where you start to feel down, where you lack energy, maybe even have negative thoughts, you can begin to start putting steps in place to say no to them. And this is really going to result in you protecting your mindset and also enabling you to raise that vibration because you're going to be in a more positive place and you're not going to be impacted by these things in the future. Now, for me, this is working in different environments. So I love the varied approach to working for myself. I can work from anywhere, literally. But one of the places that really gets me are cafes or coffee shops, however you term them. Now, I love them, and when it's quiet, they're great places just to focus and just to be in a different environment and have different things around me and different people. But when it starts to get busy, when all I can hear is that coffee machine grinding those beans and then the milk frother making that noise, and then you've got the chitter-chatter of everybody around you, and it really starts to make me feel really anxious. It starts to impact what I'm doing, be it personal or in my business. And I just find that I end up leaving and I am so wound up, so frustrated that the rest of the day is pretty much written off. So I've started to say no to going to places like that, to do work especially. Now, it doesn't mean that I'll never go back to a coffee shop or to a cafe at all. But when I can see that it starts to get busy, when I can hear that noise start, I just pack up and I move on because I know that I don't want to let that impact me. So say no to things that you don't believe are helping you on your journey. It may not be places, it might be people, and that's going to be one of the harder things. But it doesn't mean that saying no to somebody means that you never want to speak to them again. It may just mean that you're saying no to a particular event, saying no to a particular question, or maybe just not being around those because you know that they drag you down. The second point is to have time away from technology. Now more than ever, we consume so much information be it in the offline world or the online world. And whether or not we know it for definite, it does impact how we're feeling. Each day we're hearing and we see and we read breaking news stories, positive and negative sources of information. You get insight from other people, be it on a Facebook group, be it in messages, and all of that can impact how you're feeling, especially if it's negative, and that lowers our vibration. As an example, COVID-19, it's everywhere. I'm not going to talk about it because it stresses me out myself, but there's a lot of noise about that at the moment, and be it you believe what the media puts out there or you don't, that can really impact you. But another thing is you might have seen that one of your business buddies might be an online person that you've met, or it might be someone that you know in person. You can see that they've had some major success lately. Maybe they've done a big launch and it's gone really well. They've had lots and lots of revenue come through the door and lots of new clients onboarded. And they're really proud of themselves, and it is great. And first of all, you're celebrating that success with them. You're congratulating them, you're supporting them on their journey, and you're just so happy. But then if your mindset isn't in the best place, it might then make you think, well, what about me? Why am I not doing that? Why is my journey not taking me to that success? Why am I not getting those clients? Why am I not launching and getting all of that revenue? Now, this won't happen with everyone, obviously, but it does happen. And from my experience, especially being part of many entrepreneurial groups and forums in the online space, and also networking in person when we could, there's lots of this happening around the world. And with all of the information that is being consumed, it can lead you to be overwhelmed about things, it can lead you to feeling negative, it can lead you to worrying about things unnecessarily. So switching off from technology every now and again is going to help you to just relax, reflect, revitalise, and mean that when you get back on it, when you start to see news articles, etc., things that are really challenging situations and discussions, if you have taken that time to just relax, reflect, focus on what it is that you're doing without having to worry about all that other noise, when you do start to let that back into your life, you're going to be in a better place mentally. It's going to mean that you're not necessarily going to let that affect you to the same degree. The third point is get creative. Now, as adults especially, our creativity, it kind of lacks to some degree. But if you think back to your inner child, you think back to what it was like as a child and you were so creative, you're always doing things, you're drawing things, you're making things. Then as you get older, you kind of just lose that creativity because you have adulthood to deal with, you have bills to pay, you have families to raise. And we spend so much of our time doing the actual doing that we forget how much we enjoy being creative, how much benefit that brings us. Some of the benefits that you might find from being creative is it allows you to just express yourself and how you're feeling. It can reduce your stress levels, it can open up new ideas and thought processes, and most importantly, it can give you time out to just relax. Now, creativity can come in many forms, and you need to determine what that looks like for you. Now, something that really helped me, and it's really ironic because as a child I was never very good at it, but as an adult I really love colouring in. It just numbs my mind, I can just focus on that, stay in between the lines, and I really enjoy it, and I love seeing what I actually create. Now, I do nothing with it, it just stays in a colouring book, but it gives me that time out. I don't have to think about it, I don't have to use my brain. So think about what creativity looks like for you. Put some time in, focus on getting creative, focus on forgetting about everything else and just having some fun. The fourth step is surround yourself with those people that bring you up. So if you think back to the first point that I mentioned about saying no to things, this is about saying yes to the right people. Now, surrounding yourself with people that you know make you really happy inside, that raise you up and that make you feel so great about yourself is so important, because when you're surrounded by those people, you know that you're in a trusted environment. You're enjoying the time that you're spending with those people, And they're encouraging you to be the best version of you, and you're encouraging them to be the best version of them. So you're more likely, as a result of that, to have good self-esteem because you're feeling good about things. You're more likely to have the desire to progress, maybe personally or in business. And that's really going to help with raising your vibration. It's going to really help with you getting where you want to be in life because you're feeling good about things. It's great to have people that you can bounce ideas off, that you can just have fun with, and that you know, doesn't matter what you do, you could look like an absolute fool in front of them. But they're not going to judge you because they are your best people. They're going to support you no matter what. You need more of those people in your life. Now, the fifth and last point is being grateful for your journey so far. Gratitude is such a huge thing. It's not just a buzzword that people are using. Being really grateful for your journey, for the people and for the things that you have in life, and for the lessons that you've learned by overcoming challenges and becoming the person that you are today, helps you to become a better version of you. You will find that you tend not to assume that things are going to just happen when you're practicing gratitude on a regular basis, but you're going to be more aware of the impacts that your actions personally can result in, and how you will appreciate people and things, and maybe even situations, for what they are, and how they've helped you and continue to help you along the way. And sometimes we forget about these. Sometimes we forget about the people that have helped us, about the things that have really enabled us to get to the place that we are today. So take time to just note down on a daily basis the things that you are really grateful for. They don't have to be big things, they can be small things. But if you're really grateful for them and you're acknowledging them and you're being aware of them, it's going to help you as you move forward. It's going to give you the incentive to push forward with whatever you want in life. Now, success is yours for the taking. These are just some steps that can help you to raise your vibration. As I've mentioned, they've really helped me, especially the gratitude part, and especially surrounding myself with the right people. So take note of these. If you find that they can help you, that is absolutely amazing, and I wish you all the success in the world. If you feel that none of these points are really what you're looking for, there's plenty of others out in the big, wide world of the internet. So just go and take a look, but really focus on you. Really focus on how you want to raise your vibration and go out there and get what you want. Now, thank you for listening today. It's been great, and I can't wait to speak to you in next week's episode.